Well guys, this is one of the better ways to be finding snakes here in West Texas. We got these rock cuts right along the road, and snakes will get all up and along these. In fact, they can be all the way up there, which is kind of scary, hard to get to. Now one of the rules is out here, you have to have this on, reflective gear, so I've got that on just to be near the road. Typically what you're going to be looking for, obviously the #1 target in West Texas is the gray-banded kingsnake, but you also get mottled rock rattlesnakes, black-tailed rattlesnakes, and a lot of other non-venomous species along here that I'm really hoping we'll see. Now, the cuts here in West Texas are actually a really popular area to look for snakes, specifically the ever-coveted gray-banded kingsnake. But tonight, I'm really just hoping to see any new species I can come across. The snakes out here are really good at climbing up these cuts, and when they move around, they can be pretty visible. Have a look at that first snake. What are you? Is that a rat snake? Looks like a rat snake. It's a glossy. That's my first glossy snake. Hello. How are you doing? Oh, that's so cool. That is a glossy snake. Have a look at that. Beautiful snake. Oh, it's okay. Beautiful little desert snake. Wow, look at that. He's got a nose just like a long-nosed snake. They're very similar species, but they've got more of a patterning like a rat snake. It's a blotched patterning. These guys are mostly going to be eating little lizards and stuff along here. They're a very general snake. They're pretty typical to find out here. I wouldn't say they're common, but I definitely wouldn't call them an uncommon species either. They're just kind of snake that you can run into out here. Plain white belly, very, very good climbers. As you can see, he was just kind of going up that rock face, and that's kind of what they'll do. They are a nocturnal snake. They're going to be spending a lot of times on these cuts or in the road at night, and they can be pretty quick actually. Have a look at that little dude. He's reaching up. He's tongue flicking. Looks nice and fat and healthy. Mostly gonna be eating little side blotch lizards, spiny-tailed crevice lizards out here. Pretty much anything they can get a hold of, really. The face is kind of what gives this snake away as being a glossy snake, because they look similar to a long nose. They've got that weird pointy nose. I'd kind of compare both those species as well to scarlet snakes. That weird little pointed nose gives them away as a species. Really cool non-venomous snake species that you can find out here. We're gonna go ahead and put this snake back and keep looking for more. All right, let's see a little snake. Put him back up on his little rock wall here. Right on. He was heading right up into this. See ya. That is awesome. First glossy. Let's see what else we can find. And off he goes, back into the cracks, not to be seen again for the night. It's amazing how quickly the animals can hide here. The next reptile is a species known for hiding in cracks, and is a staple food source for a lot of the animals that we'd be looking for. Here we go, we got a big spiny, crevice spiny tail. Look, it's a lizard. Friends, have a look at that. That's a crevice spiny lizard. Very common species here. They're called a crevice spiny lizard because they wedge themselves up in these cracks and they'll puff up their body. And look, this thing is sharp. This entire animal is sharp and spiny, and you cannot pull them out. I've seen a few that have been wedged into the cracks and tried to pull them out. Cannot get them. You can kind of see they have that bearded dragon look. A lot of the desert lizards have that spiny look. They will drop their tail in self-defense in some cases, but they're typically not going to want to be doing that. He's got to look very much so like the eastern fence lizards we get back home. And he's got that band right around his head. A lot of people would confuse this for a collared lizard. And look at this. I don't know why the lizards out here do this, but they practically play dead. See, look. And I promise you, the second I set this guy down, he's going to take off like lightning. But once you catch them, they're like, I give up. No, you got me. And I don't know why they do this. It doesn't help them really that much. Not with people, at least. But really fun little lizard. This is going to be the food of a lot of the different snakes out here, including gray-banded king snakes, rattlesnake species, longnose, and some other stuff as well. And they're also going to be hunting all the different little bugs along here. So really important part of the ecosystem out here in West Texas. We're going to go ahead and put this lizard down and keep looking for snakes. Have a funny look at this. This will be the release. Oh no, I'm dead. Now watch this. Woo. He ain't dead. He's fine. He is perfectly fine. I can tell you that much. Really cool lizard. He's gonna go find a crack to hide in. Hopefully we're gonna go find a snake. Here we go. There's a snake. What is that? Oh, it looks like a night snake, huh? Is that our first night snake? No, it's a hooknose. That's a hooknose snake. It's a baby hooknose. Oh my goodness. This is one of my favorite snakes out here. Look at that little snake. What? That's a hooknose snake. They look kind of like a hognose snake. Oh my gosh, yes. Look, oop, he did not like that. You okay there, bud? Oh man, this is one of my favorites. Look how cute he is. Little hook nose. That's why they're called a hook nose snake. Now this is a really interesting species. They don't get too big. This is about full grown, so this is a baby. But they eat centipedes and scorpions. They have a really weird diet, and that's what they eat. So you're never going to really see this snake kept really anywhere. The only times you're really going to see them is in the wild. And the Chihuahuan hooknose only lives in the Chihuahuan Desert. So in America, the only place you're going to see the snake is in West Texas. However, they do live quite a bit in New Mexico, and then you're also going to get some along southern Arizona and New Mexico as well. But I believe that's a different subspecies. Wow, he's fat and cute. They're a little thick-bodied snake. The reason I thought it was a night snake at first is a tiny snake with little, you know, kind of that gray and brown blotching like a typical desert snake, and that's how a night snake would look like. Somehow we have yet to see a night snake. Night snakes are one of the most common snakes out here, and I've yet to see one. Look at that hook nose. Oh my gosh. He is so cute. Look at that. Little blacktail, very friendly. You're not going to be able to get one of these guys to strike. One thing that's really unique about this snake is one of their self-defense techniques. Now, he's not doing it, but one thing that they'll do with their little cloaca right there is they'll make a popping sound. They're literally farting to scare you away, and it's really, really weird. And it's pretty loud when they get scared of you, and you can hear it. And it's meant to chase away predators, meant to scare them. He's not super scared right now, so he's not doing it. Very calm snake, as you can see. But have a look at that. That is just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Little white belly, solid white belly. A lot of the snakes out here have that little solid colored belly. It's really interesting. Man, that is one of my favorite snakes out here. One that I actually wasn't expecting to see here in West Texas fully. But wow, that is just gorgeous. Absolutely insane. Chihuahuan hook-nosed snake. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this little snake back now. See, little buddy? Back on your rock wall. Yes! A hook nose. That is awesome. We got a rock rattlesnake, a mottled rock. Yes! It's a little guy. I gotta make sure there's no more when I'm putting my hands. These guys actually have a pretty potent venom for how tiny of a snake they are. That is a small one. Oh my gosh, check that out. Oh, I can get up next to him. I can just kind of chill with him. Hey, bud. How are you doing? Let me turn the light off. Oh, he's getting into a little crack there. I didn't want him getting in that crack. So you can get away from us. These are typically a very mild-mannered snake. Ooh, look at that. Woohoo! Mottled rock rattlesnake. Let's go. See, you can see how mild-mannered these snakes are. Not being whippy, even though it's a small species, more similar, kind of like the pygmy size-wise sometimes. They're not hyperactive like they are. See how he's very content to stay on the hook? See how he's not rattling at all? Very mild-mannered species. You'll get sometimes they'll be a little bit wild, but typically this is what you're going to get. Wow, he's pretty. Let me set him right here on this rock. Notice how camouflaged he is. That light gray coloration, very camouflage on this rock. Now some of their favorite rocky outcrops that they're going to be on are typically going to be limestone, mostly because they match it very well. It's going to have their favorite food sources of lizards and mice. But I'm not sure if this is limestone right here, but I've definitely seen some spots that it's very clearly limestone. And this, you oftentimes hear people refer to this snake as a lepidus. That's just really referring to the scientific name Crotalus lepidus. I call it a lep. I'll just go lep because I'm lazy. But that's what people out here will refer to this snake as. For being such a small snake, I talk about how this hook isn't always the best at getting up small snakes. And it can be a bump hard to get him up at times. But once I've got him up, it's perfect for him. Perfect for handling him. And he's got one button. I think, no, 2 buttons. He's got 2 buttons on his rattle. So this is a very young snake for sure. Nighttime mottled rock. That is amazing. And this is exactly, whoop, sorry bud. And this is exactly how you'll see him. Now one thing that's really cool about this species is it actually works as an indicator. You're not going to hear me talk about rattlesnakes being an indicator species much of the time. Oftentimes, rattlesnakes are the thing that I am looking for. So typically I'm like, oh, well, this is going to lead to a rattlesnake. But in this exact case, the mottled rock rattlesnakes lead you to another snake. Where there's mottled rocks, there are gray-banded kingsnakes. Gray-banded kingsnakes can look very similar to mottled rock rattlesnakes. They have that gray and dark gray banding, and they will live in the exact same locations. And I would have to bet that this rock wall definitely gets gray bandeds along it. Whether we see them tonight or not, they're out here, for sure. And what's crazy is how well hidden things can be. This is like our, what, 3rd or 4th pass on this rock wall? I'm sure he has been somewhere on this rock wall. This is just our first time seeing him. Absolutely stunning. Look at that little snake. Woohoo! Little tiny mottled rock rattlesnake. That is awesome. Well, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to go and check out one of our other rattlesnake videos. We definitely do a lot of them here on the channel, and we will see you guys next time. Alright, see you, little buddy. Stay on your little cut. That is awesome. Woohoo! Mottled rock. Let's go.